I'm gonna let me share screen. Do this. Got it. Bang. Cool. Yeah, I think we just kind of get it right into it. And I think one thing I always feel like is worthwhile for the group and you guys and myself, looking at some pre-flop academy stuff, just a quick 30 minutes warm up, looking at some different type of situations. And to be honest, like these pre-flop situations, especially in your mid and lower stakes tournaments, are going to come up way more than the complex little 60 big blind post flop situations. The EV of these situations in your decisions pre-flop are massive. So always working on this is always going to be very, very beneficial for us. So maybe we're going to look at something we haven't looked at before in the group. Working on some pure bubble play, seeing at least what that looks like in a theory aspect. Obviously, we have to adjust because people, in my opinion, call off too light. But with that being said, I think working on some of this versus RFI and what our RFI range should look like. So we're running like 15 hands of this, maybe go 30, 35 minutes, and then move on to some post flop stuff. But let me do this real quick. Boom. And good to see everybody, man. I hope everybody's been doing well. Appreciate you guys showing up. Let's get in it. Let me see if I can make this any bigger. There we go. All right. All kind of legends in here today. Happy to see everybody. Let's see. Matt Nickel. You in here, buddy? You got a mic?
I'm here.
How you doing, champ?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm fantastic. So yeah, you want to get in here and run 5 hands? You have time or
Don't
Yeah, I
make us
can.
look, man. Batman.
I
Make us
probably
look bad, Matt. You were working on this on Tuesday.
I probably will make you look bad.
No, you're a champion. Let's do this.
stone bubble stuff. So yeah, it's all good. And gonna call on some of you other guys, and it's good to be thinking of our entire range and how we're reacting to situations will make us sharper in game. I'm like a machine in these spots, just comes easy. So what are you doing here with 6-5, 7, 6-5, 7-8, 8-9? Are you playing any of your suited connectors? In
I'm
EP,
folding all of the suited connectors.
all the suited connectors. How are you approaching your pocket pairs, twos to fives? Are you V-pipping those in this spot?
On the stone bubble covering like most of the table, I'm probably still folding most of those.
All right. How about sevens plus? Are you gonna be three betting any of your pairs like
I
sevens,
probably
eights,
play
nines?
all the medium pairs as just a call here,
Okay.
but I don't really play that many just calls. All my just calls are probably medium pairs, small suited aces, some suited broadways, and
So
then I three
you're
bet
suited
or fold
tens.
everything else.
So you're suited tens, Jack 10, Queen 10, King 10, all those hands you're gonna be peeling those or three betting.
Both, but probably
Most
mostly just call.
mostly just calling. Okay. Uh Joey, how you doing, man? Don't hide. I know you're here.
Good.
No, how you doing, man? Good. You want to give it a shot here and think about how we're gonna how our suited connectors are gonna interact in a spot like this deep.
Well, I think as one of the larger stacks, you can three bet this a sliver.
Okay.
I wouldn't go crazy and do it too much. It might depend on the EP opener, but I'm not really calling it.
So you're just
I
three
think I
betting and
I think
folding
I'm
like your suited connectors. Yeah.
mostly folding once in a while, taking a shot at three betting it.
You're three betting your suited jacks and suited tens. Where does your three betting range start in that spot? You know, it usually is a section of suited tens or suited jacks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
suited tens and suited nines, think against EP.
Oh wow, so suited nines plus in that case.
Yeah. No,
Yeah. Yeah,
now let
because
me take that back.
yeah.
Suited tens and suited jacks, because suited nines is the bottom of his open, I think.
So okay. All right. So it sounds like mostly folding and everybody's too tight. But just a lot of calling here, and we're just using worse ace X and king X suited. And then this is kind of a cool range.
Do you have any argument to just like not three betting this shit versus EP open? I've heard.
No.
Put it into like
I mean,
ace five suited and
no, because I think what happens this
You
deep
shacko.
effectively is in the table this deep effectively on the your three bet is just going to look insanely strong. You're going to have nice
Sure.
board coverage. You're not going to get four bet light. They're going to call it, and you're going to be able to see bet a ton of boards. You're going to have such good board coverage. I really like this at this stack depth personally. Like at least mix it in and not just being a robot that only has high card Broadway boards, right? So.
You can also fold really easily if we get 4-bet.
I'm
Easily.
not worried
Fill out
about
your
any of
ton of
that.
chips.
I'm just thinking better spots, but
Yeah, we're
I
deep
mean-
as hell. We run it. Go ahead, Matt. Still on you, buddy.
I'm raising like fours plus,
Okay.
all the pairs fours plus. Ace five suited plus, all of the suited broadways, probably like, I probably would raise like suited nines here.
Okay. Offsuit, you
Um,
raise offsuit tens.
Yeah, like offsuit tens.
Ace nine off.
Probably not all of them. I'm probably
No.
not raising like jack 10 or queen 10 off.
Okay. King 10 off.
Um,
So offsuit jacks, ace 10 off, ace 9 off. Are you in there all and you got ace 4 suited plus and
Yeah,
then-
probably down to like ace 8 off.
that might be too loose. Too loose. But ace 4 suited, ace 4 suited plus some of the suited nines, a lot of the suited nines are out of there. Offsuit queens, like king jack, queen jack out of there. Ace 10 off. Yeah, this range is pretty tight. It's 11%. We're covered. We're on a stone money bubble. We do not really want to fuck around too light at all. Even king 9 isn't like worth a damn. Like queen 10 suited. A hand nobody in this room is folding with 30 bigs. Nobody in here is folding this or thinking about it.
I find
King
it
queen.
interesting.
Nope.
I find it interesting that we open so tightly, which seems reasonable.
Yep.
Yet we three bet that suited connector shit in a very similar spot with an open in front. I just find that
But we
interesting.
were double, and we were second to chips at that table as well. Utility's not going to be affected. I mean, this is 0 EV, king queen, queens, a king queen off like this, jack 10. It's all these opens are just it's kind of crazy to see. I think this is the third hand. Why is it saying 2? All right.
Oh,
four-
we've done 2 previously.
Oh, this is the third one. I see. Go ahead, Matt. Don't be shy.
I'm
jamming
just
this?
shoving like everything here, like all the suited ace X, all the pairs,
Okay.
all my suited broadways.
What do you think
Like-
this looks like in real life?
Yeah, man,
Oh, in
what's his-
real
what's
life,
his
this
opening
is
range?
stupid strong. This is like only aces and kings and queens.
What do you think it is in the solver?
In the solver, it's like balanced. Oh, never
No,
mind.
It's only aces. Only ever aces. Ever.
I clicked on this just to
Even
snap
the
prove a
solver.
point.
We just did this on Tuesday.
Oh,
Yeah.
we did do this, huh?
We did.
Okay,
We
you
did.
guys
Fuck.
looked at Stone Bubble. I didn't know
Same
that.
spot. It's the same range.
Yeah, it's
I thought
like,
it was deeper that time.
nope. I snap click on this and don't even waste like literally say much because even in the solver, it's like, dude.
Everybody, including the solver, only min range.
Yeah, everybody, including the solver. If you see this in real life, when they decide to do this on the stone, it's literally. I mean, here you go.
Any argument to not min raising only aces in real life just because it looks and is what it is? And it looks weaker to jam.
Matt was still using the same range of hands to get in, so you know.
It's interesting here though, like still calling with some of that suited connector, suited gapper stuff just because you can crack the aces, right? Even knowing it's aces, you still calling with that stuff to try to flop the world.
That and people are not paying attention. People are playing too many tables and see a min raise. You tarp somebody, right? I don't know. There's just a lot of in my opinion, good things about min raising. It's still people don't know, like study the game, and they say, well, maybe he's just I still got a good price to call any two, like all right, hand 4.
I would probably 3-bet this, but the solver probably doesn't like it. I'm 3-betting like 9s plus. Honestly, like all the suited broadways.
So when you 3-bet 9s, are you going broke? Are you folding to a 4-bet?
No, I'll call off with 9s.
On a stone money bubble for 36 bigs.
Yeah, I don't care about the bubble that much. It's always only worth like 1 buy-in.
Okay. Okay, so we're getting in 9s plus.
Well,
I just wanted to get, I mean, it's good to get people's honest opinion. This is what this group is about,
Mhm.
and seeing how people think about the game. It's never to belittle anybody's thought process or saying anybody's right or wrong. We
I
just
actually have
provide the
2 thoughts on
information,
that comment.
Yeah.
Comment
What's up?
thought number 1 is that you should worry about the bubble a little bit, because when we're this close to the bubble, the biggest ROI hop in the game is from 0 to your first hop. So you don't want to play for the min cash, but when you're 1 off, 2 off, 5 off on the min cash, play for the min cash for a minute on some level. The other thought is a player who's really good at abusing this and takes it, in my opinion, a little too far, but he abuses players. His ship don't die. Really popular streamer. And like he will just abuse the stone bubble because people are playing like they shouldn't be playing tight. So there is some argument to being wider here, but you got to be a little careful.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely should use it as a player dependent. I don't want to get anybody outside of playing their player, but knowing what a baseline strategy looks like in these spots, and then expanding or contracting a pip or two depending on your opponent's,
Or sometimes
correct.
even wider, like you said, because
So he's gonna
a guy
take-
like Ship who just abuses the shit out of it, right, and gets away with murder because people are so scared of not cashing.
But one thing the solver does like, and I wanted to point out, is like your theory of wanting to 4-bet get in 9s is like, in my opinion, a massive leak, because a lot of the population, when they fucking 4-bet and get it in for 40 big blinds, just stone dead or at best flipping. They don't have 8s ever or worse pairs, so you're just gonna be like dead a bunch and then at best flipping. Like, yeah, you got the ships out there and some people who can make moves with the ace-5 suited and stuff like that. Even the solver isn't really ever queens flatting, jacks flatting, like ace king off flatting, we're just playing like a real snug strategy here, specifically with like 35-40 bigs plus. And I think that's one strategy that's helped me run deep in a lot of majors, is not punting my 30-40 big blind stacks ever.
I really want to try and avoid flips, right?
Ever. I'm never punting those stacks by just 3-betting something that I'm not thrilled about getting in. All right, last one.
Here I just call super wide, I guess. Call
Just
like
calling.
all of the pairs under like 10s and then shove. I guess, I don't know, 3-bet, not all in with the super premium stuff, and then just call basically everything else.
Which sides would you 3-bet, not all in? And
On
what do you
this-
do? Go ahead.
Probably like, I would probably still do like 8 bigs, 7 bigs.
3.5. Okay. And you consider your ace-10 off, ace-9 off, stuff like that. You're gonna flat those?
No, I 3-bet fold those.
3-bet fold those. Huh. Okay. What do you think about this range set halves? How you doing, champ? You're muted. He gone. Let me see. Toe, what are you doing here?
I'm in hell.
You can start with one section, offsuit ace X.
Yeah, that's where I'm struggling a little bit. I know I'm gonna stack them.
Want to see his opening range as a cheat?
I mean, sure, that would matter.
This is opening range for everybody else. There's his opening range.
I just don't think we have a ton of like flats with this weaker ass ace shit. I don't really want to three bet it either. I don't want to fold versus the button. Oh yeah.
I know where you're going with this. Beep, beep. You got a global time bank.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what I would do. Depending on, I would be a little player dependent. Like I would probably three bet some of the wildest of players, and then I guess call. What's my range look like here? You might have actually stumped me on this one on the stone bubble. I guess I'm calling the aces.
Okay. Pucks. You driving, working,
I don't know.
traveling.
I'm here today.
Nice spot.
I think this is raise fold. I think these like weak ace X are raise fold, and we call like ace 8 off to like ace 10, and then three bet ace jack plus on the ace X side. I think we're pretty tight here on the bubble when we only have 20.
Yeah, it's tough.
You're all wrong.
Yeah.
Shooketh. The Shooketh Homeboys. Knits Anonymous group.
Calling the
Just
suited
jam.
ones.
I had
I called on
three
set
bet.
habs. I called on set habs because I thought he would have nailed it. Like just fucking just jam this shit.
Oh, you call me?
I definitely would have missed this.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, because I knew you would have
Hey,
jammed this
fuck
one.
it. I'm mentally not there.
Yeah, because I'm always like, this is a really nice one that you guys can easily take with you. Generally at 20, effective and under and stuff like that, even on these bubbles.
Rip off suit
You're gonna be ripping. Like now, like to be fair, if you have a knit there, in these spots, the EV of calling, you know what I mean? You can just edge pass some of this shit. I wouldn't say you're edge passing this stuff because look at the EV, but down
edge
here,
pass against Matt Nickel and
0.2, 0.1,
jam against pucks.
even. But when you get up here, you actually start printing
that's
EV with your decision, ace 9 off plus. But I don't want you to be like a nit. I just want you to know that people are going to be this loose. And you should be all in.
That doesn't look crazy loose for the button.
It's 67% of hands. It's actually crazy loose. It's everything. It's 9 deuce suited. People 8-3 suited is in there. Queen 4 off is in there. Hell yeah, that's loose. Like but that's a good one. That was a good 5-piece. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate you, brother. Good stuff. Who else do we have here today? Van, are you here? And are you interested? I don't recognize the name from always being here, but you're more than welcome to get in here and give it a shot.
Yeah, sure. I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, how you doing, man?
I'm doing all right.
Is this your first time here?
No, I've been here a few times, but I normally just lurk and not participate.
Oh, you love to see it. Get in here. Get in here. Let's do it. All right. So yeah, are you ripping this on the Stone Money bubble? And if it is, if you're not ripping this, what is your bottom of your range for your offsuit ace X?
Against the big stack, putting some pressure on the smaller stacks, knowing that they have the ICM pressure. I don't think I'd be ripping ace 9 here. I think the lowest I'd rip would probably be ace queen offsuit.
Ace queen,
especially since not even actually, since re-looking, I see it. There's a 6 big blind stack directly to my left, so I feel like that's ICM suicide if I'm ripping anything but kings and aces.
I'll be honest with you, like especially in a live tournament setting, it's hard not to use that mindset. It's really hard. I think the solver is going to be much more aggressive than that and much more willing to try to take advantage of opening range. Maybe the range here is ace queen off plus, ace jack suited plus, 10s plus. But maybe it's looser than that. I think it's going to be looser to aces and kings. But I'll be honest, man.
What are you doing with sevens?
I mean, personally, like If am I playing live poker, Tail? You know, in live.
Yeah, I know. I was
I'm folding everything in live poker, like
I was
easy
gonna ask you to
fold.
give some examples where you were in a
Yeah.
higher buy-in tournament where
Yeah,
your range looks like.
Yeah,
it's not-
I know the
it's
bigger stack's
everything.
gonna be loose. You know, he's probably gonna be opening up a lot wider than he
Yeah, he's
should.
opening 50% of hands, damn
Huge.
near. Huge. Jack 3
Yeah,
suited. 10
so
5
you
suited.
Look how
you
much
could
sevens is flipping
probably
against all that.
you could probably profitably shove a lot, but it's just with the ICM implications, it just you kind of handcuffed, especially since you're shorter stacks.
My brain thinks if I had to guess my range here, like what it's gonna show, it's gonna be like ace jack off plus ace 10 suited plus. I don't know if we want to have a 9. Maybe it is good enough since his range is so wide. Blocking 9x is not the bottom of his range, you could see here, right?
Yeah.
Even for
Right, yeah.
like yeah. So that's why I'm thinking that, like ace 10, ace 9 could be in there as well, but it's probably ace 10 off plus ace 10 suited plus
Yeah,
eights plus, nines
Yeah,
plus.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty similar. I'd probably go nines plus and you know ace queen, basically the same range that you said.
Fives plus. Fives is not printing a damn thing though. So I mean, sixes plus. Ace 10 off plus. Yeah, so we know like ace 10 off. I always feel like I've seen
weak
this
suited
ace 10 off.
aces, missing a lot of those.
But I'm missing. I'm never jamming this
I'd just be
stuff.
gone.
I'm just folding every
Just
time with
Use your
this.
clock and fold and make your money.
No, like I just jam ace 6 and then get snapped by ace 10 and you're gone. So yeah, that's good.
So, does it matter using your clock if it's hand for hand?
Yeah.
Audience. Oh, because he plays on global and there's no hand for hand.
Well, not only that, but you still drive the blinds. You still like the clock still runs, right? And so you still fuck the short stacks.
Okay.
I think it's more important to run your clock before the hand-to-hand process. It's
Oh,
Yeah,
But
that's
I think
why
I do it both, to be honest with you. Because
I
even hand to
always,
hand, like I said, you run the clock and then all those 4 and 5 blinds, 6 blind stacks just get fucked and fucked and fucked.
because if another table's seeing more hands than you, then they're going to be seeing more blinds than you, and the shorter stacks on that table are going to
Yep.
get shorter than you.
And they're playing too wide and they're calling too light.
Okay, man. Opening range here. Just a simple, nice little opening range. You can start with your suited aces or your offsuit aces, but let's just keep it structured.
I'm sorry, did you was that to me?
Oh yeah, that was for you. Yeah, you're doing a 5-piece
Oh.
here, brother. Yeah,
Okay.
the 4
My
more
fault.
hands. No, that's
ace,
not good.
ace nine suited in the what am I, low jack?
8 queen 9.
Or no, it's queen nine suited, sorry.
Yeah,
The
that's cool.
thing is small. Yeah, with what are we effective? 52 effective?
Yep.
Well, 30 effective, basically.
52.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go for a 2 BB race.
All right, and what is the worst offsuit ace X you would open?
Ace 9 offsuit.
Ace 9 offsuit. Are you opening all your suited aces?
No, from low jack. Ace 5 suited and up. Ace 4 suited and up.
Ace 4
No,
suited. No.
yeah,
Okay.
ace 5 suited and up, yeah.
Okay, and how about your offsuit region? Are you opening all your offsuit 10s? Jack 10, Queen 10, King 10.
No.
So
Folding all if it's off,
yeah.
like King 10 off, I'm folding from the low jack, king,
So you're folding all
Jack
the
10 off.
offsuit if you're so you're folding all the offsuit. So it's
Yeah.
offsuit jacks plus. So opening King Jack, Queen Jack, Ace Jack.
King Jack, yes. Ace Jack. Sometimes I'm mixing it.
Okay, he's being honest with his range. That gives me a good idea. What up, DB?
Hello.
How you doing, champ?
Hey. Doing good.
Awesome, man. What you cooking up here with your opening range? Let's hear it.
Suited eights.
Mm-hmm.
Off King 10 off, offsuit jacks,
Yep. I like it.
ace 10 off plus,
Mm-hmm.
fours plus.
Okay. All your all suited aces.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then
Suited eight. Yeah, I think that covers everything.
king
then-
7, king 8 suited.
Yeah, I was about to ask
So,
you suited kings. Are you opening suited? Go ahead, man. No, go ahead, bud.
Yeah, I just realized we're doing bubble work. Sorry, I'm a little slow. With the bubble implication, I would widen my range a little bit only because I assume people will be getting out of there. They'll be folding. Will they be calling tighter?
And then with some portions of that range, I do think you may be a hair too tight. Like even in a low jack in any circumstances, I think we're gonna open all the suited aces at 50.
I think we're opening way wide on the offsuit aces here too, right? Wide on ace 9 on the bubble specifically, right? With the big stack.
Well, it's
I would say
kind of
it's like
50.
probably ace 5-0, ace 6, ace 7, something like that.
Well, maybe so, but I think if it's an asymmetrical setup here and we're covered behind with a 94 and somebody 70, so I don't know if it does just stick with ace 8-0.
Yeah, if we have the biggest stack,
Doesn't
we're opening
send
that
it.
stuff for sure.
Oh, easy. Yeah, we might be even missing ace 3-0 in those some of those spots. But let's obviously open this. And then, yeah, like I said, it's not really using these as much anymore. And then DB a little bit too nasty on the suited eights, but everything else was good. And like we were saying, we're always going to use every single suited ace. Fours was a little bit too wide, but it is in there for 0 EV. And if your table's playing too loose, you can throw this kind of stuff in there.
I'm
If your
definitely
table's
too
Go ahead,
wide here
Tom.
on the
Wait,
offsuit aces just because. I mean, I guess it's gonna be semi-player dependent. If I think these guys are gonna 3-bet me a lot, I probably won't open
well,
weaker
you
ace-X,
can if you have 50. It's not you just being a 50 effective. It's the symmetrical setup of the stacks.
Yeah, I get it.
I think if 94 is back here, 78's back here, and it's set up a little bit
Then
differently,
you open for
you
sure.
can open it for sure, right?
Yeah, and I also think if they're nitty, then you can open it for sure.
Yeah, they gotta be pretty nitty for you to get like ace 6, ace 7 in there. But ace 8, I think you're good always. Ace 5, ace 4, ace 5, ace 4 mixing. Yeah,
I like it.
me too. Bubble work is very important. Still on you, Van.
Yeah. So with pocket deuces in the small blind with an undergun open, I'm just folding.
Okay. How about your suited connectors starting at 5-6 suited plus? Are you ever playing 5-6, 7-8, 8-9 suited, 9-10 suited on the bubble when you see this open?
Yes. Only because he has a high likelihood from his position to have aces and kings, and if I think I can cooler him, if I'm getting, if I'm at least getting 20-1. So with the pot odds or with the implied odds that I'm getting now, I'm at least getting 20-1. So as Jonathan Little's masterclass stated with the suited connectors, if you're getting 20-1, you can go ahead and call
Like
some of
it is.
those hands if I expect the big blind not to isolate too much.
Okay. So you have something you were saying, buddy?
No. I mean, I had
okay.
a thought, but it wasn't allowed. You must have heard my mind because I
Yeah.
didn't say anything. I mean, my only thought is
Well,
you do call some of the connectors here, I think, but you just got to be a little bit careful. Because
Yeah,
while you
and-
do get 20-1, you still have to consider ICM, which changes everything.
Yeah,
Go
that's
ahead,
what I was gonna
Joey.
say. I was gonna say the same thing. The
Are you
20 to
fighting
1.
this, Joey?
Oh, this here?
Yes. Are you fighting? And if you're not fighting this, what pairs are you gonna VPIP?
I don't know. This is so borderline.
Seth has you in here?
I don't
Yeah.
like having any pairs in this situation only because
Nah,
you
well,
could,
Oh my gosh, that's
you
not a good
can't
thought.
you can't
I mean,
be that nitty.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to
well,
call it, but I think
obviously,
I want to call.
queens, kings, it's
Also,
going down.
being
Uh,
partially
you know.
invested is going to, cater to calling some.
Yeah, we want to
I'm
break
not-
up
I'm not
some of
falling in love.
the intuitive just thoughts of why we're doing things and why we believe it's right, and just try to get down to the root of what's correct, theory, price, and whatnot, right?
I
Because
think
that's-
if the big blind didn't have 22, like say he had 40, I'd be more comfortable calling this.
I don't think that matters too much when we're getting.
Man, I don't
price
think you're going to get
this.
squoze in very much.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
think it.
Especially
I don't think
especially on
that's
the
a
button,
thought.
he wants someone to bust, so he get out the way, hoping that you guys go to war. And
I mean, I would always
and
call. That's what I
would
wanted to
always
prove
call
a
too.
point. Like, I think like And especially like I'm not gonna make a mistake for my entire stack post flop with twos. I'm just gonna be down to 30. I'm just gonna be down to like 30 bigs. And I can my 32 big stack, my 30, it's all the same to me. Like I can play a 32 big stack the same as I can at 30. But if I hit a set, I probably get his entire stack, or I probably
Looking
get
at
pulled up.
looking at
Like,
his range, it looks like it's a little worried
am I
about getting
scared of?
squozen as well, because like it's actually
Just a
not
little bit.
calling nearly as much with the suited
It's not,
connectors.
but
With the suited connectors.
oh
This
yeah,
is
with
what
the
I was-
suited connectors, yeah. But I mean, guess what? Like you see this, and it's still printing half a chip, even though it's not like loving it as much.
Yeah, still good.
But
Yeah,
I
guess
think
maybe when I think about it more, knowing that it's easy decisions post flop. You know, you either hit and you
Mhm.
go with it, or you miss and you fold. So
super easy.
after listening to you, it's it's easy decisions, and you're not risking too much to
Yeah, I think we're
maybe
overthinking
scratch
of
home.
it. This guy's gonna squeeze it. If he squeezes, what's gonna happen? You're gonna fold
You
and you're gonna
fold.
move on, and you're gonna have 30 bags. You have 32 now. Who gives a shit? I think we like sometimes just get so like weirdly in our head about these
And the
things.
upside
Like
is so much. What would you
and the
do
upside
with
is so much.
like 18 bigs? You're calling a lot less pairs,
Flick.
right? 15
Flick.
bigs? There's a point where
yeah, it becomes a mission. But I mean, we think about like how easy our life is, and like it doesn't change much. I don't know if we'll maybe look at that. Do you ever start really full frequency? I imagine deuces start falling out.
yeah, like
Then some of these pairs that can actually flop good enough to get in. Will we flop an overpair or a mid pair or something is good enough? But yeah.
I know this is
Yeah.
a little bit more down the rabbit hole, but say you do call, right? and
Yep.
you're ISO against EP, and then the flop comes out like king, queen, 6. Do you call one?
yeah.
No.
No, you out. You're
Never.
pure set mining.
Oh yeah, I'm up here,
My-
especially in the money bubble and stuff like this, where my stack is going to be important getting into the money. I think I'm purely set mining. I mean,
My-
maybe if I flop gut shots and straight draws with these deuces,
Yeah, like
you
it's,
know,
especially the
when
one
they go
with pain,
small
like,
enough,
pain is such
and
a
they
better
give
book
us a
for
good
them.
enough price
But
when they
what
go
about
quarter
like
pot, you know.
3, 4, 5?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, there we go.
Listen,
That's actually a
killing.
better example.
Kill.
Yeah, my question was something like
Oh, so
7-6-3, and he bet small.
Yeah, give me out. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
just
gonna have to flop immediate equity with straight draws and gut shots, and then there could be situations where so many people will one and done it. They go small, they check turn, they give up. Right? 7-6-3. He probably just maybe wants to just bet small and give up sometimes.
Yeah.
If he-
So do you
And if
feel
it's a
one?
size he should never use in a spot like that, right, Joey? Because he should be bigger and infrequent in that spot sometimes. He uses a bet size you should never use, and the board's really good for your range. Yeah. I think we just use our brains in those spots for sure.
I also
Some of
think stack depth's going to come into play there too. Like if
Yeah.
you're going to be put into the teens and be really awkward, probably not better not to float it. But if you're this deep, just float it. You'll be 28 bigs or whatever, and you'll be fine.
Yeah. I just didn't want people to overthink that spot. And I think that was
sure.
a really good one to come up. And I think some of the suited connectors, even at 30 for me, that play really well and easy.
9-10 was easy because I just know that hand always calls no matter what. But yeah, the 6-7s and 8-9s get a little weird.
I mean, they're worth half a chip,
7-8s.
even though like
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
mixing fold. They're also
Weird.
mixing call versus certain opponent types. So I'm just in there, right? But
Yeah.
other ones and other spots, it's like, man.
Yeah.
Right. All righty. Keep it up, Ben. You have one more. Opening
Alrighty,
range.
so King 8 offsuit. My opening range is King 8 will probably be the bottom of my offsuit king opening range.
So you're opening, are you
Um,
opening offsuit nines, like 9-10 off, jack 9 off, queen 9 off, that stuff?
I prefer I don't like not 10-9 off is probably my cutoff. I'll
Okay.
probably open jack 9
Offsuit
and
jacks.
queen 9 only because I'm blocking ace queen, ace jack, hands that
Are,
matter more.
are
But
you
yeah, that's
suited kings? What's the bottom? What's the worst suited king you would open here?
king deuce suited.
It's all the suited kings,
Huh?
king 8 off, offsuit nines. Are you opening all the pairs?
Yes.
All offsuit aces?
No, not all. I'd probably skip ace 6 and ace 7. and throw in ace five and ace four just to have some of the wheel aces, and then fold the rest. So no ace deuce, no ace three, no ace six, no ace seven.
Okay. I mean, he has some structure in there. Let me see. Who else is here? We want to give it a shot for an opening range. We're 42 effective. We have 2 players covered. Big blind has us covered, but you know, it's not the end of the world. Let me see. Who have I not caught on? Dran. How you doing? How goes it?
I'm doing fine, but normally I'm not a tournament player, but I would just open like ace 5, ace 8
Okay.
off and plus, and every suited king X,
Okay.
probably queen 6 suited, jack 7 suited, plus, and not all pocket pairs, but like pocket threes plus.
Kind of like that
And
range.
yeah, like king 9 maybe, king 8 I start to fold. But king 9 is close as well, so king 10 I open pure.
Yeah, I think the cool thing about this spot is like I think we get to go pretty hard. Like if I was in game, I would open ace 3 off plus all of them. Maybe even ace deuce off, depending on these guys. Almost then all offsuit nines, then going down to kings. King 8-0 would be in there. Queen 5 suited plus, Jack 7 suited plus, all my suited sevens, maybe even 9-6. Some of my maybe just suited sixes would be in
It
there. All my
depends.
pairs as well.
It depends how capable the big blind is, because if the big blind's a capable player, then
You're
he
just gonna
knows
raise,
that
fold, and
you
lose
could.
too. It
Yeah,
doesn't
but he
matter.
can't.
Yeah,
He can't really.
Man, we're
theorize you
thinking
very
of
much here because
like
we're 40 bigs deep. So he's not going to be like if we were 20, 18 bigs deep, and he can put the pressure on us by raising. I think it's a little bit more scary. But here,
Yeah, but you
he's
can
gonna be
also shove
create.
pocket sixes at 40 big blinds deep, and he knows that you can only call at the top of your range.
It doesn't matter. He can take my
because of
2
the
big
bubble.
blinds, but you keep doing that, you're gonna run into it. It is fine.
Yeah.
We're like
I also
overcomplicating
think
and
it's like so
creating these
infrequent that's gonna happen.
scary monsters
So
under the
infrequent.
bed situations. We're the alpha at the table. We don't
Yeah.
get scared
I am
thinking
the
about
kitchen.
what this guy might do. It's ridiculous. I'm going to be, and if he's going to do it to me once, he's going to have to keep doing it, and then he gets snapped off by a lighter range. Like we don't we don't create this narrative where we start creating all these monsters under the bed. Doesn't even exist, and we're already putting in ourselves a spot where we're scared to do something. You see what the problem is there?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean, and in real life, this is fine. Offsuit nines, ace 4-0.
Little light on the
Look, look.
suited jacks too.
Wow.
Yeah, this range is getting nasty.
Fuck him up.
This is 0 EV. It's not losing.
I was fairly close in mine.
That's alpha male range.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah, I
toxic
just think
masculinity range.
Yeah, I just think we put ourselves in a position where we put like it's he's out of position here.
Hmm.
And he
And we're
has
deep.
he's dealt so many hands. Why are we worried about some range, some magical hand he might get and something he might do? He gets
And
dealt
also-
7-4 offsuit as well.
It
When
also
it's big
has
stack
to be.
versus big stack, he's got to have like a 15 to 25% risk premium, right? Like the risk premium here is huge for him.
Then
For
we
us
just fucking
too.
give
Yeah.
a shit. We lose 2 bigs. Who
Yeah.
cares?
People are worried about the big blind, but we are the one stack at the table that the big blind has to worry about.
I'm actually more concerned with the button than the big blind ever. The guy who's willing to die and be just jamming a lot over your opens is way more like concerning than this big blind spot, honestly, to me. This guy, these 2 guys being reshove stacks and just getting after it every time you open, it's kind of like more concerning than this guy. Like, oh, this fucker's
Yeah,
gonna
you're
just
right.
jam on me every time.
And people
The
just don't
button
raise from the
has
big
no
blind very
idea
much either. They just flick the
with
chip,
below.
in, right?
Yep.
Naturally.
All right, one more last hand then.
Ace queen. I gotta keep
When
minimizing.
do we ever have this many
Ace
chips in the
queen,
bubble? Was my next
50,
question.
64 bigs effective. I'm gonna raise 3x, 6 big blinds.
Okay, just 3xing. What's the worst suited ace you would raise in this spot? Are you mixing ace 5 or any of that?
Yeah, ace 5 pure, and ace 10 suited.
Or ace 10 suited. Ace 5 pure, ace 10 suited. Okay. How about pairs? Are you three betting jacks, nines plus pure, like eights plus pure?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the interesting little spot, and I think we're all gonna learn something here. What do you think about this range?
Yeah, I would I know we have some crazy actually I think I would be 3-bet non all in this hand, probably. Yeah, so 3-bet non all of this. I would say down to I think ace jack might even I think ace jack 3-bet non all in too. 3-bet non all in like ace queen O plus ace jack O plus something like that. I think we're I know we have flats. I don't know if we have flats cut up versus button as much. So pain's
You're
weird.
gonna be raising. So the way I was looking for it.
I feel like we don't have a flatting range here very
I
much.
feel like you should say I'm raising ace jack suited plus, ace queen off plus, jacks queens tens plus, suited tens plus, or something like that. You
Sounds
know,
right. Yeah.
if you're
I'm slow today.
yeah, instead of like ace, it just makes it more visual. And then that's the way the structure doesn't usually gap it. I wonder if king queen O is doing here, but I feel like we're doing a lot more flatting than people think we're doing here.
I don't think we have too many.
I mean, yeah, we
got a
do
lot more
have
flatting.
I think we're doing a lot more flatting than people are ever doing here.
We do have
And
flatting.
this is a big problem. And I think this is where
The problem here
we
too is like
end up-
everyone 3-betting queens and jacks. You just flat them here. Like I think that's a big
you
mistake.
get
everybody makes.
fucked up. I think this is where people lose.
Ace queen suited.
People consider themselves cooler when they
when
just
they get it in
punted
here with
themselves.
queens.
Yeah, you punt jacks here. You 3-bet tens. What are you going to do to a 4-bet? Do you know? Like, I don't know. I actually don't know what happens. What I'm supposed to do when
The
I
other problem too is like even with jacks, like you get
Right.
flops with overs like so much that then you see back
They
a call
call.
and now you're lost and you just
because they flat kings, queens, and aces. They flat their overpairs to your 3-bet.
And you know what? I recently watched a video that said you like calling from the button a lot more because you can play
You
post
close it.
flop in position.
Yeah, we get to play it in position. And I think specifically one thing that I mentioned it earlier in today's session is like on the money bubbles, 40, 50 plus bigs deep and stuff like that, you are going to see flats with queens, jacks, tens, ace, king, ace, queen suited. A lot. More
we were
than
doing
anybody
this
in
on
the
Tuesday with
entire world is doing.
We were doing this on Tuesday with my group of guys, and we were seeing a bunch of flats from even like the big blind with these types of hands.
You're not ever gonna bust me with 40 plus too often unless you cooler me or
I thought
you
here
suck
we would
up.
have more 3-bets just because we have the position. But yeah, it just flats it.
Guys, you make infinite amount of chips and you flat these stronger hands and you keep in weaker. I mean, you just keep in everything. You keep in all this shit, you just start crushing, right? All these worst queen X that he has to put in a lot of money with. So I don't know. It's just something to think about. Don't be think about, I gotta play it multi-way and what happens if I get squoze and blah blah blah. Let's not create monsters under the bed.
That's something we don't look at very much. Now that you said that, because I was actually facing that last night where we're on the bubble situation and we do face a 3-bet with a hand like ace queen suited. I'm not 100% sure what to do there.
Flat. If you face a 3-bet, you only flat. Only flat. You never 4-bet.
But like, where's the line though? What do you do with eights? What do you do with ace jack suited, ace 10 suited?
It depends on the stack depth.
Yeah, it gets weird though, right?
Yeah. Cool. Let's do one more run. That'll be 15 hands, and I think that'll be a good run for the first half of the session. Then we'll get into some of the probe spots versus checks and whatnot, and see what boards are good to lead, dunk turns, and work on that portion of our game. So go ahead, Tom.
Question for you. I don't want to boot you out of this,
No,
so I
cool.
want to just check myself. Can you set the trainer for versus 3-bets in ICM situations?
Sure. Let's do it for 5 or 10.
So I'll run that myself too. Oh yeah, there you go.
I think it's good.
It's a tough ass
Hard as
spot.
hell.
Tough ass spot.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
think we
not
run
fun.
it. I don't think we run it this way very much.
It's not fun.
Like this is a perfect example. Maybe not on
Golly,
10,
and this
maybe not on
happens.
10 bigs.
No, but it still happens. It's.
Yeah.
I mean, I open
What's your
ace nine
range
suited
here? It's tough.
100%. I open this 100%, not
Yeah.
all in. So, let's see. So, are you clean? Let's do it. Get in
Oh
here.
shit! I put the
You
spot I
asked
didn't.
for
I
it.
picked the spot I didn't know. All right, fold this for sure.
Fold
Ace
this
10
for sure. he
Suited.
said.
Ace 10 suited seems like you can't fucking fold.
Ace 10 suited
God.
plus. Okay, that's all gone.
I'm wondering if it's ace 10 plus, just because ace 10 O seems like a tough fold for 4 bigs as well.
Ace 10 O
have,
plus.
have to call your pairs. Probably have to call your suited paint.
Okay.
King, Queen O. I don't know what to do with like
Well,
I would
you just
open
think about the
9.
bottom of your range.
I don't know what I would do with like 9-10 suited. I'd be shook. I think last night I made a call very similar to this with like 9-10 suited, but would fold a lot too. I wasn't sure.
Okay, so you're folding this or calling?
I would fold this ace 10 suited or ace 10 O, ace 10 plus.
Ace 10 suited and ace 10 O
This
plus.
is
Okay.
close. This feels close. I don't know if we could fold the suited aces.
Set abs.
I'm calling.
Are you calling every single suited ace you opened here?
No. Ace 9 is gonna be the button.
Okay.
Yeah,
How?
but I feel like 4 BB is not much, but or a stack
Half our
doesn't
stack,
say,
yeah.
But I think Ace 9 is the bottom of the calling range there. I'm gonna
Okay.
call maybe a king suit, king jack suit plus, and pocket pair is gonna be a 7 plus, 6 plus.
Yeah, I got bad news for you guys.
He's
You
tied
can't
to-
fold anything you open outside the stone bottom of the shits. Like if
Yeah,
you open ace,
close.
your offsuit, the offsuit bottom. If you had an ace 8, ace 9 O bottom open here, I guess.
We're on 12. Do we open like 8?
You ain't-
Do we
I would
open
ne-
8-9 suited even here? I don't know if we even open 8-9 suited here on 12.
No, none of that kind. I said ace 9 O.
No, I was
like
asking.
Oh,
because I was
yeah.
like 9-10. I think we open and have to call. You know, that was in my range.
Yeah, none of that shit's in there. What if this range can you fold?
Yeah, so opening 9-10 suited is a mistake.
What can you open? I mean, what can you fold?
Well, I would also be opening the suited queen, jack,
Ace
jack
8
10,
suited,
queen
these
10,
partial
too much.
frequency, maybe these partial frequency shits fold, and then ace 10 O folds.
Too much
And then
suited
it's let's see.
Wasn't that
I was folding.
Yeah, I wasn't that far.
Whoa, he's out. I would have been out. I would have snapped this. Be honest with you. Me personally, I would have snapped this.
Look at ace 10. So oh,
Ace-
just jam ace 10.
Look at
suited,
ace
jack
jack. Look at
suited.
ace jack O. Dead.
Yeah.
I would have. I'm too loose looking at this. It makes me sick. Yeah, I would have never folded this.
My problem is that I don't know that I'm
you know.
jamming the suited paint. I'm probably opening it too
Yeah.
much because that you jam it here. Which so you
Oh
don't
yeah, you went. I would. Yeah, it makes sense to just jam this
It
because you don't
does.
want to. Yeah.
because you don't want to face this.
The tail.
How tight is
Don't put
cutoff?
yourself in this
Jam.
spot.
Oh, here you go. Whoa. Okay, never mind. Ace queen off plus ace jack suited plus.
They're
10
so much
plus.
wider than this in practice, though.
True.
What's surprising when you're low stack and you face a raise there, you tighten up like shit on the bubble.
Stone bubble run. Just
Stone bubble, just-
Sometimes par is good enough.
I'll be honest with you. This range in live poker would be just like aces, kings, queens, and like ace king suited. Did I fold ace king something? I
You
don't
did
remember.
fold ace king. Don't lie to the public. But and you were about to stack that, but we were like, what, 7? Oh, this is stone bubble. Yeah, it was same spot.
No, like I'm not. Yeah, I'm just out of there. Fuck
I
it.
think
I'm
you
not-
folded 10s.
I'm not being bubble boy. I don't care. Shh. All right. Keep it going, Toe. It's on you.
Oh,
You're-
fuck. Yeah, another good tough spot. So I am folding to like. I'm folding.
Your mic's gone.
I'm folding this. God, 10s is tough. Jacks is tough.
Jack's plus. It's queens plus. Is that what I'm hearing here?
Something like that. Yeah, and then like
Ace queen suited.
yeah, and then I think I'm like. I want to say like I would always call ace king, but I think the solver might mix.
All right, no, the solver's never folding ace king. Stop it. Don't be ridiculous.
Stone bubble. I guess we're not to beat. So ace, let's say ace king. Sure. Ace king, ace queen
Wow.
suited, like tens plus.
Who do I think's going
18
to-
bigs on the stone bubble? Tight as fuck. This
All
guy's
right.
tight as fuck. Everybody's tight as fuck.
Whoop, Toes losing it.
Early position.
Danny Scott, what are you thinking?
I ain't
You calling off jacks plus, tens
fourth
plus,
right
nines
now on
plus?
global.
I'll call it 9 plus,
Nines plus.
ace, queen off plus, ace, jack suited plus, king, queen suited, I'll call.
Damn,
King queen suited can't be in there. There's no way.
Dude, he's an in boss compared to you.
Ah!
In boss, a raid boss. That range is 3x lucid in yours.
Yeah.
Who's gonna be right? He's calling Toes folding.
I'm cashing.
Tens plus.
Hey.
Ace queen.
Ace king.
Ace
Ace
jack
queen
suited,
fold.
suited, ace queen O. I'll be honest with you. Sitting here with ace queen suited feels gross.
I only call because I hear you in my head with ace queen suited.
Yeah,
You gotta have the bottom. Ace queen's the bottom.
Ace queen's the suited's the bottom. You
Look,
gotta
tens
have
mixing.
a bottom.
Let's go. So like that, it's cool when you have that, like, oh my god, tens and jacks are nasty, and then you look at the solver and tens and jacks are nasty. Don't bubble ban. 36 big is a lot. 30 left. Like, I already won this tournament. Just don't fuck it up. Where's it come from?
Oh,
Oh Jesus! I'm like not calling anything.
Is it the same range? Or is it? Are you calling it the same range as it was before?
I might be calling tighter. Like ace queen, ace queen suited. I'm folding. For
Ace
sure.
queen suited. He's folding.
For sure.
Dran, what are you calling with here?
On the bubble? I ain't calling nothing.
My friend Dran. What would your calling range here be? Are you calling like
I'd fold
nines
tens
plus,
too.
10s plus as well in this spot?
Jacks,
8s
elite.
plus?
I don't stream anymore. I'm folding jacks.
Go ahead, Dran.
Me?
Yes, sir.
Oof. Yeah, I think I would call tens plus.
10s plus. Are you calling ace queen off?
No.
No ace queen off. Ace jack suited. He's in pain.
I mean, it's really hard, but normally I'm not a tournament player, so I really don't know. But I mean, in cash game, it would be like easy call with ace queen off. But in cash game, when we are on the final table, I think it's like a fold.
Oh, so ace queen suited plus, 10s plus, and then ace queen off plus. So a lot of Toes folding everything, even ace queen. So Toes.
God,
ace,
I'm not
queen,
even folding
queens
ace king in
plus.
the stone bubble here.
Shut your ass.
Not tell anybody.
Not for this much. There's
a lot of chips on the bubble. Are you kidding me? 30 left. There's so many chips.
I'm actually just snapping on my ace kings for my life. Let's see it. I mean, obviously it's a fold. My range. I think it'd be ace. I think because we're in later positions, I think it's going to be ace queen off, ace jack suited plus. I wonder if I actually would just probably never really call with ace jack suited, but I think ace jack suited would be in there, and then like nines plus.
25 big jamming range. It's suited paint.
Oh,
right?
he's getting that.
Ace
He's
jack
getting that.
suited.
No, he's getting nasty as hell on you, bro. You fold out all that to them, you get just actually ran over. Yeah, it is. 10% of hands or something, and then raising. You're getting crapped on 20% of the time by this guy. Like they just get to do everything with impunity if you're folding like too much. Ace queen and then nines plus. Yep. I was thinking this might be in there, but nah. Nice. Ace queen, 10s plus.
They're still tight as fuck.
Hell yeah, it is. You still can't do anything about it. I would love to see this
Fuck
versus the 3-bet. Like, when do we start 4-betting? I wish they would have just had him 3-bet us here.
Right.
Like, that'd have been very interesting. All right, Toe. Oh well, they keep giving you these.
Yeah, we're just looking at the
oh well, this isn't so easy anymore.
I mean, it is. It doesn't affect our futility. So I think we're just calling with all the suited paint, all the suited aces that we open here, all the pairs.
All the pair.
Yeah.
Are you
King
folding
Queen
any of your
O,
offsuit tens?
probably.
Offsuit tens, you're going in these one hand directions. I can't have them.
No, if I'm doing King Queen O, it means I'm folding all the other offsuit paint. If I say that, but I don't think
okay.
so here.
You're folding King Jack off.
No, I don't think so here.
Okay,
yeah,
so
offsuit tens for this price at this
offsuit
stack
tens.
depth.
Okay, so
Yeah.
all the offsuit tens. So damn, you're
That whole
probably
clump,
not,
right? Like offsuit, just paint, ace X,
but you're folding this one.
pairs. Yeah.
Call.
Yeah.
You actually
Jack 5
can't
suited, just call. Like,
It doesn't fuck your utility. Yeah, whatever
At
you
all.
open, you call.
Yeah, it's the stack depth
pretty much.
situation.
It's how it is. Yeah.
I mean, it just feels so nasty calling here with 9-6. Right? Like, so nasty.
Why is it okay? This doesn't count.
This doesn't count. This is
I don't even know how. Like,
what's the range here?
They get to do this to you.
No, ace queen only.
Ace king and ace queen.
So it's ace king plus and like 10s or something.
Oops. Let's look at our opening range in this spot for us to actually put in an open because I
would pure
am
limp
calling
here.
out. Well, we're pure grief because I
9-6.
messed up here. Everything.
Yeah.
Damn, this is awesome. 3-7-5. All right, this one doesn't count. Do another one.
I would have surprised to see the.
I was surprised to see that much raising. I thought it would be a lot of bleeding there. But that's great.
I just think it's the same exactly. It all seems to be the same range, right? 10s plus, ace queen.
It's teaching you a very valuable life lesson that other people need to see.
I mean,
as
I
well.
still think fuck ace queen, but 10s plus and ace queen.
Are you calling ace queen off?
No, I wouldn't call ace queen off.
Ace queen suited?
We
Okay.
opened early. I think we can fold ace queen off.
Yeah, I
You
wouldn't.
think
I mean, in practice, I probably wouldn't even call ace queen suited, but I think here it's ace queen suited 10s plus.
Ace queen suited 10s plus. Joey?
Same.
Ace
No
queen
ace
suited
queen.
is dusted.
So I was right in real life.
Look how dusted this is as well. I wanted to say, I don't even know if you can call for 30 for this much.
I wouldn't have done it in real life anyway.
10s are just crying. But
What is
Jack-
this jamming range? But how tight is it?
Oh
That's
my
fuck.
gosh.
It's so
even
much
gets
ace
rid of the
king.
argument.
It's so much ace king that you just take the flip.
Look at this, guys. Another important thing to look at here, and something I think another big leak from a lot of people is our suited queens, ace queen, queens, jacks, 10s. What is it doing here? Flatting. Everybody in here is making it 8 with pocket queens here and jacks and shit. So it's really good to see we can still flat. And we were like, oh, this guy calls a lot. We're going to play a multi-way. I know the feeling, but it doesn't matter.
Nope.
All right, Joe, last one. Then we take a break and come back and do some posts.
Yeah, again, it's the same range here for the 20. Ace queen suited this time's in there.
9s? Are you calling 9s this time?
No. It might be in there, but I'm not. Yeah.
10s plus, ace queen suited plus ace queen off fold.
I would fold ace queen out in practice. I think it might call here. Against the cuspy one.
Nope.
Yeah. So we learned
And
against the jams, it's 10s plus and ace queen suited comes in and out. That's lesson learned. 3 bets are
Yep.
easy without
10s plus.
we solved it.
You know what? When we first got into the session, a lot of mistakes and people were getting in too wide and calling off and
Yeah, way too high.
thoughts and people wanted to call off. So this is just a good example and it's brief. But what we've seen in our examples today is just like calling it off every tight versus 3 bets, RFI, stuff like that. We want to be pretty tight versus RFI. But we get to RFI pretty wide. And I think you get to take advantage of that versus population. Who's just gonna make too many mistakes. And people will get it in when people are gonna be 3-betting you too wide in these spots, guys. People are just full frequency 3-betting jacks, 10s, 9s, 8s the entire tournament, no matter when. Ace queen, full frequency 3-bet, anywhere, anytime, any place for most people. So cool. When I come back, we'll come back and fuck around with some of the probe stuff and run that for 45 minutes an hour, and then I'm gonna be out of here. So yep, get up, stretch your legs, get some water. Let's do it. I'll be back.
Even then, against in real life against all in like this, I think jacks plus it's okay, and you can remove ace queen off.
Would you say said?
I've seen all this spot and I'm thinking like I would have called the tens on a shove like this. On the bubble, I don't think so. I think it is gonna be jack and plus and ace queen suit and remove ace queen off.
Yeah.
If we really
Well-
wanted to go down the rabbit hole, we could plug these into ICMizer and mess with the ranges, just to see how it shifts when you're on the direct bubble. But that's probably too much.
But what's happening is that in real life, there's so much donkey that's gonna shove with the 6.
Well,
the shoving range gonna be rather wider.
The thing with ICMizer is it will shove everything in range for the button, where I think the solver will have like a split range. It's going to have some hands that it 3-bets non all in and has an all in range.
Yeah, that's where ICMizer falls short. Or like for what the button's supposed to do, you can't. But if you want to see like this scenario where like what are you supposed to call off where it's an 18 big blind shove when he's shoving all pairs or like all suited aces, that's where it's fun. You can see how wide or not wide you're supposed to get when like the button's range for the jamming range specifically it gets super wide or tight for that matter.
Actually, I think HRC is a better software than ICMizer for something like this.
Yeah, I think I have ICMizer, but I think when my subscription's up next year, I might switch over for that reason.
Yeah, I dropped ICMizer for that. I just use free ICMizer now. Because it does have its limitations when there could be split ranges.
Real life, people don't split their ranges like this. Maybe in the higher stake, but if you're playing a low stake or micro stake, just forgot about the splitting range. They're not gonna split. They're not gonna find maybe the range on the all in like there. It was aces, ace king, and ace three, ace deuce, the suit that push all in. In real life, they're gonna push every aces. It depends if you're playing. Most of the time, I rarely play against nets.
Feel like the stake of the tournament really does matter for a lot of these spots as well, though, because like I don't know, playing in like a $15 buy-in tournament, this button shove range is going to be a lot wider than, or I'm sorry, the calling range from the low jack when you shove from the button. So swap the rolls there. It's going to be a lot. Low jack's going to call you off a lot of garbage, I feel like, because they're not as well studied, right? But in equilibrium, it works. In equilibrium, it definitely works though. But like I mean, I'm sure that this range from, you know, the low jack opening is going to be a lot more different than somebody that's actually studied. So it's kind of hard to make those adjustments. I mean, you know what you should do, right? But sometimes they make the shove with the wrong thing, and you know, you end up paying the price for it, and it feels terrible. There's not really much you can do though.
The big question, if your opponent has a 47 and a PR of of 37.
Bro, I'm shoving everything. Jesus.
Most of my table, there's at least 3 of this kind.
That's not even necessarily right to shove everything even against a wide player.
Oh, I'm being facetious, but like
I mean, on the bubble, you have to be somewhat cautious.
Sure.
Even against the wildest players.
Yeah, because they can get aces too. Like and they can get ace king as well, and they can get ace king suited, and they can hit. So like, you know.
Did you ever hear the concept that in ICM, if you're playing against a player who's going to call off too wide, the only two people that are hurt are the ones in the hand.
Yes.
All the other people who have folded benefit from somebody making an ICM mistake. But you in the hand, if he calls off too wide, it even hurts you.
Just fold.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just get out the way. Let's get better.
All right, let's get better at the game. We were playing around with the ruse stuff yesterday. It was kind of fun. But I think I'm gonna give it a week. And then we're gonna I got some filters and stuff I'm gonna work on to send to you guys so you can put in your database. But today I just want to generally look at some more standard spots.
Sixes, I'm curious how you guys were using it.
Yeah.
I won a month of it off of an Instagram giveaway, so I have it right now, but I feel like I haven't done a ton with it.
Yep. So this was a spot we were looking at yesterday.
You want to
and
show them how
this-
to like copy the range and all that shit?
Oh God.
No, I know how to do that.
Well, yeah, you open it up. You open up both.
Yeah,
of
open
them
another
again.
window. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
in
don't worry about
this-
those. I'm just curious, like how you were using it versus the standard spots. Like, what were you deviating from? Was it bet sizes? Was it ranges?
ranges.
Yeah, bet sizes.
Yeah, and bet sizes. We took out some of the ranges here in this exact sim. This was 3-betting range.
Yeah, it wasn't small line
This
big blind,
was-
but it was
No, this was EP and
EP versus late position, I
late
think,
position,
or
yeah.
EP versus low jack. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah, it was EP, but the spots didn't copy over, but it was EP versus low jack, and then this is low jack's 3-betting range. And we removed some of the partial frequency stuff that people are never using, like sevens was in here, and then 4 or 5s, and then seeing when we don't have those portions of our range on these low card type boards where we don't have the sets and they have a set advantage because they raise and call with all the sets, how our betting strategy differs. Like on a couple of these boards, this 6-5-3, for instance, right, with those same ranges. I think this is a good example. So in a 3-bet pot at 40, you can see this is the leading range for the caller, and this would be EP. It says small blind. It's hard to
I got you.
look at that. Yeah, and this is so this is how much fucking leading is being done in that spot.
Interesting.
Right? Yeah, it's a ton, right? And then when we bet like we mixed up a couple sides. We had 40 big and small, so like 30 or 40% here. And then looking at our frequency for C betting, even on this board, look how often you're C betting, half the time. And you're mixing in all these combos with both suits. So
Cool.
Yep. Sweet. Go back here. Let me go back to no, what do I need to do? Wait a minute. Yeah, this is what I need to do. 60. But yeah, I think playing with that pucks and getting in there and adjusting at least to how your range interacts in these spots, which you're 3-betting or not, and then what your opponents are doing or not, is going to be the best use case for it. If people
might be
aren't
able
check
to-
raising enough.
We might be able to find a spot while doing this where we can fuck with it.
Yeah, maybe so. But yeah, here I do want to think about looking at maybe some late position, maybe hijack cutoff. Let's just do cutoff because that's what I was looking at. BB call, give ourselves a flop. This is actually a really good one because I think people will mix back check a good portion here. So we're gonna go check. This would be a spot they're probably checking like 40-50% of the time. People aren't using this strategy at 60. Look how much big bet and overbet you get here.
All over bet.
People are 30. I see 30% here, and I just lose control of my body. So yeah, but it goes check, a reasonable amount. And then we start looking at turn reports and how to build our leading range. What are some of the unintuitive barrels and spots in situations and boards like this? So we're gonna drill this as well and then start saying, okay, what are we gonna do here? And I'll call in you guys, but we'll start looking at some reports and some different boards as a warm-up, and then I'll throw you guys in the ring.
This is
Uh,
cutoff versus button, but if you want button versus BB,
This
check
ain't button, this
C-bet.
is BB. This
This is cutoff versus BB.
yeah, that's what I want.
Okay, I was gonna say if you want button versus BB and you want to know when you should be double barreling, that that trainer already exists in our favorites.
Oh yeah, we work on that one. I think I want to mix more into the turn probe overall.
Yeah, I have turn probe, but it's button, not cutoff. That's what I'm saying.
That's cool. So instead of just looking at this random hand on a board like this, for me, my brain works pretty well looking at the card types and then seeing, all right, on 7-6-2 from the big blind, what type of cards are we commonly going to be barreling a lot on? We're not. And then when we get into the trainer, we'll start to see where we get to kind of spaz out. As you can see here, ace high, pretty sad. Unless it's the ace of spades and then you make a flush or something like that, in which you get to bet and bet pretty big. These low cards that are connected in our favor, 3, 4, 5, we get to bet pretty heavily. 6, 7, 8, those are reasonable as well, and then the high cards. And I think looking at this, it seems pretty intuitive and easy, but I don't think people just autopilot the spot too much and don't bet too many marginal or other portions of their range. You should be just going crazy when people check on some of these cards with some big betting as well. The deuce is in there. We'll look at another board, paired board this time. Come on. I didn't break you. I was doing this earlier. There we go. And it's just crazy how polar we are in a lot of these situations. And a lot of people just want to go small or your big bet, but your big bet is gigantic. Here, the universal frequency when it goes check on this board is like 30%, and you're pretty damn polar. Obviously, when the full house comes on the turn, you're just dead. You never have aces, right? You never have kings or good overpair. So you're practically just dead in the water. The 9x, I guess it wants to slow play a bunch. When it comes 9-9, since it's gonna be hard to get 2 streets, but these 10x, jack x, even the ace x is pretty rough. Let's look at one more board and see if we can go through some solves and look at some hands in game experience. Oh, it's just ace high boards. Ace high boards are going to be crazy. It is interesting when you see an ace high board and you see a check. I think people commonly just have a lot of underpair in that spot, as they're betting all their bluffs in ace x a lot. So it just feels like an underpair a shitload in real life. Uh-huh.
Please come back later.
Yeah, excuse me?
Is that a range bet maybe?
Do we just keep getting range bet boards? Is that what it is? That could be it, man. No way. Nah, it's busted. Now we do this. And then we get to the turn. I think the shit was just busted. There's just no way. And then we go to reports. What? It's actually busted. Okay, we'll just have to get in there and just look at spots. Now, something's going on with it. Now I can't even go back here. You know what I mean? All the reports are done.
Maybe you have to restart the app.
Yeah, my bad, guys. Sorry about that. Did Joey nail it? Because it was working for me just fine earlier. Yeah. It might be just GG, bro. Nope. All right. Joey with the great call out. Thank you.
Well, that's the technical answer for everything.
Just
Turn it
restart it,
off and
unplug
restart
it.
it again.
Right.
The IT club.
Yeah, look at this though. This is kind of crazy and pretty standard. The amount of betting and probing and stabbing we should do when population checks these boards. And I would imagine for myself on 7, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3 deuce, all these lower cards, we should probably even up it a little bit. 10x isn't so bad for our range either. We have more 8, 9s. They don't check 8, 9 as much. So I think stabbing pretty proportionally going pretty hard is pretty like a good idea. A lot of people have pure give ups on these boards and aren't even balanced or mixing. Okay, it's busted again. I can't even like get to strategy. Okay. All right, let's get into training. Yeah, once again, this is another spot when you are betting, you should be checking a lot and betting big and infrequently. You guys playing some of the lower stakes tournaments, you're going to see people autopilot 30% quarter in this spot. You should pounce. You should definitely go be check raising even more aggressively. Yeah, I mean, just ace 5 and shit in there. Ace 4, ace 8. Cool. Let's work on a few spots since we got like 35 minutes. And then see how we do. That's good. Let's start 35 in there as well. And then boop.
Oh, they changed the interface.
Yeah.
It's kind of pretty. You don't ever want to be in the cutoff?
Nope. We ain't got time for all
On the
that.
other side.
Yeah. We want to have cutoff raise 2.2. BB call. Check. Cutoff check. And then start training.
No. Click.
What did I mess up?
No, that looks right.
That's good. That's good.
No, it looks good to me. Yeah, I just want to make sometimes I'll be working on like specific board types, and then that board type will keep coming up. Nah, we're good. Okay, cool. That's all good. That's all good. Pause game after action. Yep. 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 No showing hands. Cool. And let's see who we have. Greg Bahamut. You want to get in here and try a few of these fun little
Sure.
interesting spots, all right?
This looks like pain.
Yeah, it's never easy and it's hard to be right, so it's all good,
So he checked to us, and now we have to bet. Essentially.
Decide
Correct.
if you want to
Check.
bet or not. Yep.
Yeah, we
You
wanna
decide if we want to bet or not.
Yep.
I don't know. It's weird.
Tough. It's a spot that comes up, and I think it's one that's understudied for sure.
I'd probably bet at this because of the ace seems pretty okay. However, 3s and 2s also connect with our range pretty well. Probably bet half. So 55.
So your betting strategy here, you're going to be using your gut shots here with the spade. I presume. I'm just making some assumptions because if we're using this, we want to be using gut shots with the spades as a bluff. You're going to be betting all your 3x. You're going to be betting. Are you going to be betting all of your ace-x here, or just the better ace-x in your range that you happen to have called?
Probably
So if
the
you have
bet.
like ace-6 and shit, you know.
Probably betting with ace-6.
Okay, I mean, yeah, it's good to know, and like, see, maybe that offers us a bell of pot control, since we don't want to check call twice versus the best portions of his ace-x. So I could see that as having merit as well. Anyone else betting here with this gut shot? Let me read chat.
No.
Nope. Any gut shots? Are we bet? Uh-oh. Joe, you starting to say something?
No, I was with the ace hitting. I would check.
We would, yeah, the ace feels like a
I
portion of
think
our
the
range
ace
is
is
kind of
better
rush.
for the cutoff than the big blind.
So are you betting any of your gut shots? What are you doing with 4-6 of spades?
Well, that's about the same thing. Oh, is it 6-4 of spades, 6-4
Yeah.
suited?
Yeah, are you like, I think that's
Oh,
a good question as well.
The gut shot and flush draw, I might bet.
Yeah. And that's a good question for yourself as well, Greg. Are you going to be betting all your backdoor flush draws? You know, all the 8-6 of spades, you know, 7-8 of spades, all of those. Would you bet those? All those combos?
Probably.
Damn, you're betting a lot in this spot when he just checks. Even though the ace is better for him, sounds like you're betting a good portion of your range with all of your gut shot with a spade, all of your ace-x, all of your 3x, all of your backdoor flush draws. Okay. Just good. It's good to check on that. So what size would you bet here?
Probably 55.
Oops, I misclicked. You said 55, which is this. And we're going a hair bigger. I don't think this sizing error is worth too much of an EV loss personally.
Let me see the chart on this when you're ready.
Oh, hell yeah. I need to see it as well.
I'd be checking range here.
I'd be checking a lot.
I think
I
even
think we
more
do. We
so
need some bets.
with the gutter and the spades because you have too much equity.
So obviously when we look, let's look at filters. I think this is a good way to look at it. So no made hand portion. I was asking about 6-4. I think 6-4 is a very interesting one. Like, I don't know. I would probably lose control of my body at some frequency with 6-4 with a spade. Like, I wouldn't know what to do. 7-5 is one that's hard to find. This 6-5 is good, and I think this is really good, Greg. To have some of these in your range. Not all these flush draws are just going ham though. Like Queen 9 of spades, Queen 10 of spades, Queen Jack of spades. Obviously, we don't want the high cards that we're trying to fold out at all, really. And then Queen 5 is pretty nasty as well. Let me undo this filter. There we go. There's the entire range. Look at our ace-x as well. So our perception of wanting to bet for some sort of pot control whenever you think that in game, you don't want to do that.
He's so capped. Like you want him to start bluffing. If you start betting with your ace-x, then you're kind of forcing him to have ace-x.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because that's the only thing he's most likely calling you with, right? So
yeah, Dan, when you checked him, I mean, the ace-x is you're gonna lose to that anyway. At least now we keep bluffs in his range.
Yeah. And when you bet there, you're not keeping any bluffs because most likely
the bluff's just like, I'm out of there. Yeah, they just fold. Yeah. They don't float to try to bluff you. So
yeah.
Let's go ahead and take our line. It is a small thing. And let's see how we proceed here. Rutrow Shaggy. All right, the Jack of Spades. Would you follow through is the question. And how much is it going to cost you?
I probably would follow through. And I'd probably bet like 81.
81%. applying all the heat. Spade got there, block a spade. We're at the bottom of our range. We need some bluffs, he says. Puck says, I have a funny feeling this is yamming. So is anyone on team not punt? I give up. I think villain folds ace-x often enough. Our spade blocker isn't super good. A lot of 81s.
I don't think there's any way we can not bet it. Like we have no showdown. Right? Like when we get here
Yeah.
this way, we have to bluff.
And
Yeah.
I don't think we're targeting ace-x.
Spades are a
Ace-x is
bad
gonna
card,
call.
though.
I understand what you're
My
saying.
counter argument is that the spade is actually a really bad card because like what continues? He checked the flop. I don't think many of his pairs checked the flop, which puts him it's ace-x and spades. And now spades got there and ace-x isn't folding. Fuck, maybe we check.
Is ace-x like ace-x is cry calling, right? Like
I mean, you might be able to get
majority-
some ace-x to fold.
I
like
mean,
ace four,
It's
ace
aces
five,
and threes with a
ace eight.
jacks. Nah, those are never aces and fours with a jack.
Oh yeah,
He's
he splits with all those. All right, I just talked myself into check.
Yeah, when I took, yeah, it's like, whoa, you don't even make an ace ever fold because those is chop. And then your size would have to be all in, like, or something.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't know. It's interesting. I wonder if I don't know if we follow through. I don't know the answer to this one. This is
It's not
really
a spot we really should be in, to be honest.
And-
Because
and this-
it should have just gone check, and then
Yeah, and you should always ask yourself too, like if I bet here and get called, what's my plan?
no. The problem is, Greg, it should not be going check that often, and the solver likes for us to have bluffs on the turn. It makes us harder to play against. We get so many folds from under pair, and then his king high and queen high that may have just checked flop as well. So, and we have a gut shot, so we need to be aggressive in these spots, and knowing what to do in this node is going to be very valuable because
Okay.
it's really tough.
yeah.
Because the solver gets here with bluffs all the time, as you can see. It got here with this bluff 40% of the time.
All the time.
And there was a lot of other bluffs. So I'm just wondering how it's going to interpret this spade for our range when we have a spade, because a lot of its bluffs had spades. And if it is drawing a polar strategy where it's going to take some of the worst hands and the best hands and use them as jams, I'm wondering if this 6-5 is bad enough with no showdown that it just goes polar here as well. When we have a spade blocker, that would be my thought in game, and I would sometimes punt, not knowing. Sometimes check, sometimes punt for me in a big punt. So I'm not. I don't know if we. I think 81 is probably appropriate for what we're trying to accomplish.
Got there. It's
But-
really not going to be overbet.
We have more 3x than he does. Yeah, we have boats and shit. So yeah, I don't know. But you said you would check here.
I said I would bet 81.
Oh, 81.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
big punt.
That'll
No
follow
check.
through.
And I think it comes down to like what I was saying there when I think it's a common thing in GTO when you get to these spots, if you're trying to play theoretically sound. Okay, I'm here with the bottom portion of my range and I have a polar strategy. I bluff the turn and I show it with the bottom. I have to follow through. I bet the turn with value and I'm here with the top of my range. I got to bet for value, right?
Mhm.
So
Like
like,
those two, like just a
oh, go ahead. We lost you.
So just a
Well-
common heuristic in poker is that when you bluff the turn, you almost always hit the bluff river, which was my initial thought. I just talked myself out of it. Yeah. And like,
I mean-
can I see real quick what checks flop from the cutoff?
Yep, sure. Go here to the cutoff.
Does he have overpair that's checking flop? No.
Yes.
Kings. Cool. So no.
Ace, I mean, 16%, 30%. You know, I mean, queens, it's yeah, just aces and kings, like
In real life, no.
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 And then there's a lot of this partial frequency mixing ace highs and
And then really quickly, when we bet 55, can I see what the turn cutoff calling range is?
when we bet
Right
55. Oh, right here, yep. Never folding an ace.
You're getting on the king high and queen high to fold. That's what it is.
Yep.
And you do get a jack to fold? You bomb river if you bet river?
Then we go to the BB, and you wanted us to go do
81's fine.
81, yeah.
Yep. And then does a jack fold?
No, that's why.
Yeah, jacks are gonzo.
Follow through.
Follow throughs. I mean, even look at this. Some of the A6. I mean, somebody said,
Yeah, some ace highs makes it fold.
but when you do this,
Yeah, it's even worse.
Gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gone. All these are gone.
All through.
That's okay. We got to go big, guys. It's
Yeah, we-
looking at how nasty you can get people to like, yeah.
So the reason why I bet, or why I gave the bet that I did, I guess, is because the majority of the time when I'm betting in that spot in the tournaments that I'm playing in, that's normally what I get to fold. I'm normally getting called if it's weird. If I bet just a little bit under, I'm getting more folds, and I know that's not like a good heuristic to go off of, is like because that's more results oriented. However, it's just like how I've been playing it in my tournaments recently, and I've gotten quite a bit of results because I feel like overbetting looks a little bluffy, right? Which obviously we are in this scenario, but um I normally bet close to that because it looks like I'm just trying to extrapolate the most amount of value from having the actual nuts.
That could be something that's kind of just in your mind a little bit. And I think
Yeah.
over time, if you just consistently incorporated the overbet into your game at appropriate frequencies,
Yep.
you may experience more varying results than you have.
Have enough value in your range when you do it. One.
Yeah, have enough value
Yeah.
and just consistently be pounding that bet into your game. And you're gonna just see results like
Because in my experience, I feel like these fucks always call 2/3 pot. And they
They-
never call pot plus. They
I
always call 2/3 pot.
Yeah, I just try to use it when it's appropriate. Sometimes I get snapped off by something I thought would always fold and I feel bad. And sometimes when I have the goods, I get a shitload of value. And sometimes they fold. And I'm not sure. I'm always just trying to do what I think is correct. Sometimes you think a
Like,
guy
what would
will
you do
fold
with
for
your
just
actual
this.
flushes here?
But I mean, big. I'm only overbetting those. And because I
Oh,
think
okay, so you're targeting the ace.
yeah, because the ace probably, and in real life, I think people aren't just going to fold an ace.
Agreed.
So if you wanted to split your range in some of these spots where you think guys, you're going to get the same inelastic calls when you bluff for smaller because it's going to be the exact same calling range when you go big, right? But go really big when you fucking have it because it doesn't matter. They're never folding.
Yeah, you're never folding an
Especially
ace here.
Iggy and spots like that when you nobody can ever get a read on me because I'm just player 86. So maybe you don't, if you're playing against regs all the time, be careful with that stuff, but no. Yeah, we did that. You did it. Congratulations.
Woo!
Bang. He floated with a king 8 on a turn. Green tag. All right. Turning ace high into a bet here on the turn.
Man, this is another spot where we have a gut shot, right?
Yep.
So I hate this.
Odds are tough, aren't they? Yeah.
I'm probably checking.
So you're gonna check a lot of your ace highs here. Are you gonna bet any of your ace deuce, ace three here?
Yeah, I think I would bet some ace deuce and ace three.
What would that be contingent upon if you had if it was offsuit? I'm leading you there.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Okay, I'm missing it. So
You
you're
need a
saying,
heart.
oh yeah, that would
If
be.
you have the offsuit, ace deuce, ace three,
Oh no,
you're trying to
that's
fold out. I'm just saying you probably have it, you need a heart in your hand.
yeah.
That's all. That's all. So you're checking this one because you feel like it has enough showdown and betting some of the worst ones. Is that what you were saying? And then
Yeah.
are you ever gonna bet any of your 4x, 5x? How about 6, 7 with the heart offsuit? 6, 7 offsuit.
Yeah, I'd probably bet that, but I wouldn't bet ace 10 here. Is because like I really just don't feel like turning ace high that much into a bluff.
Yeah, this is a complicated spot. Who I think Danny, what are your thoughts here? Like, how about ace 10 with the single heart? Would you ever bet that? How about the jack 10 with the single heart? Those kind of combos. Your straight draws.
I think on this board we're still checking a lot, but the wheel combos with the heart, I would maybe lead those some.
Okay, and what size would you lead?
Probably just 55 on this board.
Okay. I wonder if it's a bit more polar and goes 83. We've seen that quite frequently. We've also seen overbet, but one thing is pretty rough here is that king is much better for his range. Like there's so many other portions, like the middling cards would be pretty good for us. 6, 7, 8. We would be going pretty hard on those, I would imagine. Probably betting like 50, 60% of the time. This king feels like it shoots it down to stabbing 30% of the time. And then our bluffs will probably need a heart. I'm not
That's
sure
interesting
about
too,
this.
because I
you
feel
know.
like this hand has pretty good showdown value.
No, yeah, you just check 100% with this.
I'm wondering what it
Especially-
does on like a 7 and stuff. I think we still have pretty good showdown value. I wouldn't bet.
Oh, with
that
ace
first
10, but yeah, I'm thinking about the rest of our range.
Oh, with your range, sure.
Yeah, I'm not thinking about this specific hand, but the
Yeah,
rest
yeah,
of our
that makes
range.
sense. That
The
makes
ace high is just snap check. But we
Yeah.
look at this in a moment right now because it's on our minds.
The 6-7.
You go small or you go big. No 83, I would agree. God, this spot is hard. And then when you bet your ace 3, the ace 3, you have a heart. And you go big. Ace deuce, the wheels with the heart. Yeah, you bet those, but you bomb them. 6, 7 off. I would think I would mix the bet there a lot. I would grief the size. 125 yet again. Even though the card's really bad for him, it's full frequency. Sheesh.
Oh, that's insane.
It's tough as hell. But I mean, we are so monsters under the bet oriented. Like he's just going to have ace high here and just auto give up. He is going to have some underpair, some jacks, some tens, and then be actually shook and fold those. He checked pocket nines on a queen high board because he learned 4 years ago that he should be checking all his underpairs, and he hasn't studied the game since, right? He doesn't know what a range bet is. He just checks all the underpairs on queen high because, and then you put him in hell with this. So it's really good. Also do
That's
it with
true.
your 2 pairs. Man, this is really good.
Do you, you're never getting, I mean, when you go 125% though, are you really getting a king to fold? Or I'm sorry.
No, but what's one thing you recognize, but every portion of its polarized betting range? What's one thing that you see here? It has one characteristic. Every hand that it's doing it with has something in common. It's either value or it has a lot of equity.
It's hearts, open-ender.
Open-ended, or it's blocking a heart draw, right? Or it's going to be able to just turn its hand into a bluff on a heart river, and it has a gut shot. Gut shots with an over. Okay. Flush draws, right? All these flush draws, you get nasty. Open-ended, blocked with the heart as well, right? So every one of these sets 2 pairs. So you also do it when you have these hands, so you can't just get ran over. This is open-ended with, and then you have open-ended, and then open-ended with a flush draw. It's actually too good once it's checked. These are all open-ended. Can't show down. This is the goods. So yeah, it's tough as hell to play against.
But this was the important thing we said about being mixed when you do it, right?
Yeah, you do it with the goods and the bad. That's why, yeah, you're mixed up in these spots. Ever turned it in trying to fold out underpair or something like that?
It actually works good too, because like you'll do it, you get caught, right? Which seems to be happening too, right? And then you throw a couple of value ones in there, and then they do that, and now they don't know what the fuck when you overbet. Like, is it value? Is it not value? Put them in a real tough spot.
Yeah, and it's gonna take you guys some time to be like remove your emotions from the game and like realize that you did the right thing. And just because the guy made a hero call or something bad happened doesn't mean you need to adjust your strategy to bet back to something that's comfortable.
The other thing I would say is we're not targeting a king with those bluffs. We're targeting the 5s that check back, the 4s that check back, the 9s.
Underpairs, ace highs, underpairs, ace highs.
That's what you want to fold out.
And then when he does call you with the pot controlled queen X, because some people will just check queen 9, queen 8 suited here as they should at some frequency. When they will turn a king, you still have equity versus that. You know, so it's great. All right, you betting here, Greg?
Probably not, no.
Nope. I wouldn't either. I mean, I would almost always just check this one. I would almost never find this. This is really good to see, just to throw out one, not get put in a weird spot.
No shit.
He would have never folded anyway. But guess what? When you have those other hands that are kind of bluffed at 6-3 and stuff, how hard is life on 8s when you go 125 on the turn?
Yeah, that's really true. I'm pretty sure I'm folding in his spot if I go 125.
You're shook. You don't even know what to do. You don't even have a heart. You don't
No.
have a heart blocker, nothing. You're just gone. So that's why I think this bet is important. This is a great illustration to see this exact hand, because if we have any backdoor flush draw, 6-7, if we have 6-7 and we make 8s here fold, it is just massive. I hate that they keep giving us an ace on the turn. All right, let's do one more. I'll call on someone else, and then we'll probably have to start getting ready to rip it up. Still on you, Greg. Unless you want to pass it.
Oh, no. Oh, geez. This is I hate this board. There are no straights that are possibly out there, but there are 2 flushes. So I'm
Yep.
probably betting over pot.
With this?
Actually, no, never mind. Well, I don't know. We have a blocker. We have a blocker to one of the flushes though.
You have all the 2s in your range.
We have we have all the 2s in our range. We have
So you're bad. Bad influence.
yeah, sure. We have all the 2s because God damn it.
No, you don't have all the 2s, Greg.
No, all right, we don't have all the 2s.
You have more 2s.
You have more, but not all of them.
So yeah, I don't know. Normally an overbet would get a lot of things to fold here.
But yeah, we got to think in regards to range construction, right? We can structure a range where we have, when there's 2 flush draws out there, we can just have a spade flush draw or a heart flush draw to choose from. We can have now an ace. We have more options for better hands to use as a bluff here. I don't think we draw. If it feels like if we're using this, we're using too much, and it has a little bit of showdown. So I would never use this.
Yeah,
ever.
It's just
yeah, and to help yourself out, like it's just gonna be now we have an actual flush draw, actual flush draws, right? That's
You
it.
can see it's literally the same thing. It's your 2s, it's the flush draws, and it's the stuff that has straights.
Yeah,
which we don't really
With a
have.
and
heart
then the
and a
stuff that has
spade.
straight. Yeah, you want to, if you have a heart and a spade and a straight draw, it's better, right? And then the rest of this, you have immediate flush draws on these double flush draw boards, and it's paired. Like, I'm just trying to help you guys make the game simpler on yourself here. Like you were just thinking about, well, it's flush, we have a spade, but yeah, there's 2 flush draws. Just pick actual flush draw.
And you always bluff with equity.
Yep, and
we don't
need some
have
bluff
any equity here. Yeah,
Nope.
we don't. Yeah, we're checking.
Yep, we're just trying to simplify the games for ourselves. We're
And
in a
in both
spot
spots, when you have your nut flush draws, you're not leading because you don't want to get raised off those. You got to realize that.
Yeah, and you were right in that our
Look
only
at
bet
that.
size is overbet here.
Yeah,
That is definitely the right thought. It's just picking the range, right?
Yeah, it's just not with this because we don't have any connection to the board. If there's a 9 there instead of a deuce, right? Like I think we're in a better spot to be able to do that, but I don't think in that spot in particular we can bet.
No, it's just too loose. It was just way
My-
too loose. But,
I have a
Interesting.
question. I don't know
Yep.
if you guys can answer or not. Like some of the like Jack 8, Jack 8 suited prefers the hearts over spades, but then on 10-7 or 10-5 suited prevent. Like, why do some prefer hearts and some prefer spades?
it probably has just to do with their high card combos, but I can't answer that like well enough, honestly. But if we're starting to look at it, like it's a lot of the low cards have spades, right? It's going to prefer the spades, and then as we get up in our range, it's more of the hearts. And then the lower, it's just going to
Yeah, it
use.
seems to
both
be hearts and
bars.
spades when you have like the junkiest of the junkie with 0 showdown value whatsoever.
Yep.
That makes sense.
And then this higher equity stuff, the jack high stuff, we're just probably still blocking too many like jack X combos we're trying to fold out with the back doors. But yeah, I'm uncertain. I would have to spend some time and just spend a couple minutes looking.
Yeah,
at
from
it.
what just looking at it, I guess it's 6. I was gonna say like wheel
Yeah.
blockers and junkiest, but it looks like the 6s are in there too with hearts a bit.
But if we're using all these, we just have worse to choose from.
Huh?
Like these would just have less, and then less equity. Cool. Great. Thank you so much. That was a nice little set, man. And these spots are tough, right?
Yeah. Thanks.
No, thank you. Cool. Let's do. Oh, we didn't even finish this hand, did we? Let's see what happens. I think it's gonna be pretty standard. I don't think you're gonna have a decision, honestly. Would you ever bluff this, Greg?
No, absolutely not.
It does it a little bit. It's
And it's small, right?
Fine.
yeah. I would actually just probably autopilot check it, not find that ever, but it's good. Cool. Thank you.
Problem.
We'll go Pucks. You here?
Yep.
Let's do it.
Fox was picking on me yesterday, deep in something. I don't remember what it
Oh
was.
yeah. I actually marked a couple hands. I was like, I wonder if I played this right against Kel. Probably not. I think that this is gonna bluff a decent amount with the gut shot and the spade and being low in our range, with just 9
Okay.
high. I think we bluff a lot of. I think we bluff a decent number of gut shots and hands with the spade and flush draws. And then the ace. I think we value bet ace X. I wonder if we value bet some of the 6X. So I don't think we go that big because I think there's actually a lot of bets here on the 3 when he checks back the ace. So I'm gonna say 55.
Have you seen a 55 as a bluff yet?
Nope, but this board's different. Smaller.
Have you seen a 55 for a bluff? No, we haven't seen a lot of I haven't seen much 55. And this is the mistake sometime I'm making game by using this bet size on turn where I think we go much more polar a lot. Or we just go smaller. Try to get there. I would go back, but I'm just the curiosity here in this one because there's so much. He wants to use some of the more immediate straight draws since we have so many to choose from here, Pucks. With the 5X. Then with the backdoor flush draws or not, just we have way more sizes to be polar with by going big with these.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good. 125 for a lot of these. Go ahead.
So I was under the impression that so we're out of position, right? So
Correct.
When we're out of position, shouldn't it be a larger betting size a majority of the time? So instead of using your 20 or 33%, you should be using 83, 55.
It really depends on.
Yeah, I think this is one where
that counts for 3 bets. Your 3 bets are bigger, right?
Yeah, I thought it would also kind of be included in your standard betting as well.
And here I think we got to be a little careful too because a lot of the under pairs to the ace check, and so he's not completely capped. Is that true?
Gotcha.
Yeah, you can look at his range here. It's probably even should be mixing in nothing.
No check. That's interesting. So when he does check, we're kind of in a weird sim.
Yeah, we're in a spot we should never be in. And it's pretty cool because people will check. And this would be an interesting spot to go mix in what would happen if people are partial frequent. It would take too much time. But maybe till we spend one day where we create a couple sims where we think population is playing some of these spots differently.
Yeah, we'd have to
than
mess
what the
with this
solver
range and
does.
put some checks in there.
Yeah, put some checks in there and things like that. And I think it'd be great.
Because for the ruse.
We're looking at something that it doesn't matter. That's why this sim is so hard to read and doesn't make a lot of sense because the solver would never check here.
Yeah, we're in a weird part of the tree.
Yep. Never. But you're going to be playing against humans that will check here. And I think having a plethora and a lot of different bet sizes and stabs and probes here would be fine. This is 40%. Even on ace high. And I think universally, I think I was saying before, we want to be probing 40% in these spots.
Does anybody else automatically see the scene from Three Amigos anytime you hear the word plethora?
A plethora. I haven't seen that in so long. But Pucks, we did this. Nothing's a thing anymore, so nothing matters. Here you are. Nothing's a thing. Play your game.
Oh man, this is why we don't do this.
Actually, I think this is one of the best cards in the deck.
Yeah,
Ooh,
but
Joe just gave you a hint. No, piss.
I think we have to bluff. We have 9 high.
What size?
Let's go 81 and close our eyes. Nope.
I would overbet it. I would
You love-
overbet it.
I blame Toe.
If you were gonna do it,
Well,
you need to jam, and that loses the least. This one loses a shitload of EV. Holy smokes! But how do we know we're playing against got him? Because the solver doesn't even have a check, and it checked a hand it would never check, so it doesn't matter. That's not fun to see though. Go ahead, Pucks.
I wonder if 5-6 calls the overbet. It might have to.
Man, this is interesting. So you have to think of I think it's important to think of your range in its entirety and all the different combos you can draw from to bet when we're thinking about these probe spots, right? And then if you want to be polar and whatnot, we get to think about, like, you have queen, jack, you have 7-8, you have actual spades. And then you have to say, man, what does 3-4 fall in there? And how do I want to use that, right? So these are good exercises for that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the king is better for a villain's range.
Yep.
I think it's going to be one of those where we're polar. We're betting like 125 or even 200 and not betting a lot. I wonder if the straight draws check, especially without a spade. So like we might check 4-3 suited of clubs, but we're betting 4-3, maybe even 4-3 of hearts, or betting like 4-3 offsuit with a spade. At the same time, we have 4 high again.
Yeah, this is one of our hands. I mean, if you're using a polar strategy, and you're betting some of your 2 pair,
I mean,
right? And then
I think we're betting a lot of king X. I think we bet 10X.
Checking
maybe
7-8 of spades because this has so much equity.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, the combo draws, I think, like flush draws with a gut shot, flush draw, open-ended flush draws.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this checks mostly and maybe like a sliver of betting.
Set Habs is going 125.
We saw Sim on the spot, right? The open ender. Yeah.
I was trying to lead you. I was trying to lead you there.
The spades
Like,
one checks
it's
because you have too much
polar.
equity. If you had 3-4 spades, it definitely checks. But
Yes.
this one, yeah.
Yeah, you have some higher, and then like you have some ones you want to bluff with.
Yeah, no, that
We
makes
can thank Greg for this one. That's why we learned this.
Yep. Here we go. 3-4-0. One of the
go
worst
crazy.
hands you can have.
Yep,
These are
bottom
some of
of
the
range. Just go crazy.
worst
That makes
fucking
sense.
hands you can have, right?
Yeah, I see 3-4 spades per check. Yep.
7 deuce.
7 deuce.
Spades.
Nice.
With the
Spades.
spade.
Of
With the
spades.
Okay.
Then you got all the 3-4s. But yeah, like we were saying there, 3-4 spades, too
Go to
damn
that. What's
good.
8-7 of spades doing?
I would
Mixing.
yeah, it can mix, but mostly it's mostly just checking. You can go small as well. Mixing. I would be checking it. It's so
Me
good.
too.
9-7, not as good. I might be checking that too much looking at it, but 8-9 makes sense to bet. How about queen jack of spades? Small.
Yeah, it looks
or
like both
check?
got
lot of
shots
small
with the flushes bet. 9-7 and 7-4. Or not 7-4. What is it? 7-3.
So yeah, I was saying that, Pucks, when we're thinking about a polarized strategy, right? Like these are literally the worst that we can have. The worst straight draws we can have, right? This bottom end shit down here. 7-4 is another really good one as well. All the 7-4s, and then you mix that in with like your 2 pair, all the 2 pairs and your best shit.
7-4 is interesting too because that one's open ended. I guess it's got an over to the 6 too, though.
But it's an open ended straight flush draw.
Yeah,
Can we-
And it's an over to the 6. Yep.
Yeah.
Can we check the cutoff c-bet range? Because I'm really questioning how good the king is.
70-30.
Cutoff.
6.
I
I was close. There we go.
So I think he bets a lot of his kings on the flop. So the
Good
king
point,
is
Joey.
not necessarily a great card for the cutoff.
Yeah, he should be betting a lot of king X. Good point. And I think that's one thing we find ourselves mistaken by too much, by identifying cards we believe are good or bad. And when people are betting, not c-betting, it's hard to determine what's good. Like obviously we should just be thinking about cards we can go crazy on. Look at this ace X. My goodness, you just never, even your 2 pair, ace 6, ace 5, you would never bet. You have ace 10 off here and you would just never bet it. You know what I mean? Wow. Oops. All right, back to work. All right, so pucks, we did what? We checked it. Was it a blunder? Can we get away with it? Now we just lose.
Bottom of really? We don't get to. I guess we can't bluff. the ace.
Hell no, you're not gonna
Yeah,
get to
we're-
bluff this ace. Now I'm not gonna let you blunder again. Nope. It's the bottom of the range, but the card is the stone best for him, and you
Yep.
literally have bottom of the range. It's just too good for him. What are you repping?
Nothing.
Yeah. There's nothing you can rep that makes a lot of sense. Maybe, I don't know. What would you just go bluffing on the river with? King high shit. And you would go small. None of this little stuff. Blocking with 10x.
Go to
Oh, the king.
filters.
Oh, the king is a pair.
Yeah, like we're bluffing with it. We're turning pairs into bluffs. That's it.
No, we have this queen
No.
9, this queen
The-
high stuff. Jack 9, Jack deuce.
It looks like the kings are blocking bet, not bluffs.
Yep. Not bluffs. Yep, there's the blocks. So I felt like the 4-3 is just way too bad. When we get here this way to try to turn it to a bluff, and it would have worked. Let's do 2 more hands. We saw something on the double pair board I thought was interesting. But let's see if you remember. What are you doing here?
Ooh. This is such an interesting spot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember now at all. Was it a double pair board we were looking at?
Yep.
It was, and it went crazy. It was like 200 or nothing. I think this checks. I think we go crazy with our ace. Nope.
Never check this.
Striking out with these. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I'm leveling myself here.
Yep. But you got one thing right. You remember the big bet portion of it.
But you still got a bet with this.
It wasn't 200, but you remember we get to go polar and big. 83 plus. No small bets, no little stabs, no half pot 55. Okay, a little bit of 55, but just go big.
Yeah.
All
The
the
eights
7x,
actually check
8x,
more than the
everything around
7.
it. Spade, flush draw, all this shit. You get to go pretty hard here, man. 40% of the time. See, there's so many of these spots where we checked, so many of the times we've looked outside of ace high boards. It's been 40% of the time you need to find a probe. Anytime you have some equity, guys. And then in anytime it's a range bet board, we use small bets. We're actually going to do it this time.
Damn.
I know you wanted to see him make a mistake, Greg. I'm sorry. Greg.
No.
I know we set you up for failure every time, and I'm giving him a pass. I'm my bad, brother.
No. I mean,
I
I think I'm going.
I think I'm just. You're just putting it in here.
Stuffing it. Greg, what were you gonna do, bud?
I'm going fucking nuts, bro. That all-in button is smashed. Great. I'm getting coolered, or I'm getting coolered. That's it.
He's all in. And that's I mean, it's probably gonna be consistent because you're gonna have so many bluffs, 5-6 out there, you're blocking the straight. Not that matters, but it's just like you're gonna have all the bluffs you probably need to follow through here as well. And you should do nothing but jam. You gotta jam.
Yep.
Like you just put his entire range in hell. I think you probably just you just go ape shit here, bro. Anything that just was a bluff, go follow through, shrug it in. Fucking pocket fives, all of them. That's funny. Oh, GG.
Dead.
Dead. Gone. GG.
That's fine. It was worth it.
Worth. All right, yeah, this is interesting. So you have ace high, but it's a lower one. You have a spade and will. Are you doing something here? Pucks. Stop RTAing in the background.
For I
Thoughts?
think
Okay.
small bet like 20 or 33. Hang on. Sorry, my
Oh, no
internet's
bad.
acting up.
That's cool.
Can you hear me now?
You're good.
Okay. I think this is gonna mix like check and bet small. I think the ace of spades is gonna bet way like ace five, ace deuce of spades is gonna bet a ton. Value, I feel like we're betting 8x or better. We're gonna bet our gut shots, bet our flush draws. I hope you can hear me.
Yeah, you're good. I'm listening.
Okay, sorry, my internet's been wacky today. Bet stuff like 7-6 with the gutter, with a spade.
Okay.
So let's go 33.
33. Set Habs, what are you doing, champ? Joey, you said to me this is a lot. Would you overbet this one as well, Joey?
Yeah, when I bet, I'm going to be betting like 125.
Okay.
So then you have to develop your range based on what your bet's going to be. My queens will be betting spade draws. I'm not sure about an ace high gut shot though. This actual specific hand, I'm not sure what to do.
Overbet. Maybe we can make better fold. We have a gut shot and we have a spade. I don't know. I would lose control of my body. So I don't know. I wonder if we're, because it feels like if we're developing that strategy again, where we're going from top to bottom and we're betting some of our two pairs. I actually think we might be mixing with some of our queen X and going check with that.
Yeah, the weaker queens, yeah, we could check.
Especially with the spade and whatnot, and we get to call two streets of bluffs and get one bigger street of value, and then we get to bet like 5-6, right? 5-6 with the single spade, 125%. All of our two pairs, 125%. I'm wondering about 7-6 with the spade and stuff like that. So let's see. I would do this, but Pucks was checking. You can do whatever you want. This is great. This is a great spot to look like, and it can mix. I imagine you may want to bet more, like you were saying, Pucks with the ace of spades. But this is really good to see.
Yeah.
You're not really
this
making a
one
mistake.
hand-
Like
This specific hand, I might check.
it's printing more EV by just bombing it. Like, could you have like it's that portion of the range. Don't trick yourself. Like,
But when I bet, yeah, look at all the purple.
you
Yeah,
can see
it's
you can
true.
see the shape. Like I can envision the shape. Like this is it's the bottom because it's actually fucking ace deuce. Like you can't get any lower than this. So these were 3-4-2 pair. What else? 5 deuce. That's a good one. Yeah, 5 deuce with bet. 6 deuce. All the 6 deuces. Damn. Fuck me.
Yeah, the 6-2 is more appealing than
Flush
ace.
draws. And the thing is, we have all these flush draws we can bet as well, and we forget about those. All these flush draws, bombs. How often are we betting again here, guys? Every time we've looked at these spots, it's been like 40%. So if you can go through your database, maybe I just put it in the chat or something, once I get the filter set up, of it goes check, check, and you're out of position, how often you're betting in the big blind. Should be like 40% in your database. Now let's finish the hand. We checked. Making the game easier on ourselves.
I think we check again. We have ace high. We're not repping anything, checking twice. We don't have any queen. I don't think we have queens in our range.
Anybody stabbing? Tried to trick you guys, no
Yeah.
stabs.
Not
Not with the
after
ace
the-
highs. We have worse.
Check, check, check.
Yeah. And it's another situation where we get to the spot we want to polarize strategy. Some of the best and some of the worst. He's trying to trick you. Are you in there with ace high?
Fold.
Is he? Ooh, anybody calling ace high? Great, gave up.
Oh shit.
Look at that 0 EV call.
Did I get played? No, it's a break even, right?
Yeah, no, it's break even. You can't win, you can't lose much. I mean,
I would have called like ace 9-0 plus, I think.
yeah. Ace 9-0 plus? Doesn't matter.
Don't make sense.
Ace
They're
9,
all-
yeah, they're all like probably gonna be zeros and mixing.
Actually, the ace 9, ace 10 folds more than the lower aces because you're unblocking.
his bluffs because you need him to be using king 10 jack 10 as a bluff, king 9 jack 9 as a bluff, and shit like that. When you're blocking it, it's even worse for you to call. Then you're getting filthy with some of the king jacks, queen jack. Oh my goodness, jack 10 just getting absolutely filthy. Beautiful. Cool. I believe I need to wrap it up. I need to get some rest before kiddos practice in a session this evening. But I think next week Till may be here to run it, but I'm going to be playing the MSPT, like a 90% chance. If I don't play it next Thursday, I'll let you guys know because I'll be here and I'll play it Friday. But I'm like 90% certain I'm going to be playing it next Thursday, so I probably won't be here. But if I am, I'll let you guys know, and then I'll bring something to the table. I think we get these filters sorted and we start looking at you guys' databases, or I give you a filter and you can tell me what your numbers are and we go that route. I think that'll be really good. Great. Take care. Thanks for joining as well. But yeah, did anyone have any questions, final thoughts, or anything like that before we get out of here? Anything?
Good session.
No,
that
thanks you
Learn
guys.
some spot. These spots on the bubble are real tough, and the final tables too. But you see that you still have to have some aggressivity on the bubble.
Yep. And a lot of your aggressive tendencies come in first in, and then using some small 3-bets and things like that with good ace X and king X blockers, calling some very strong hands to trap in weaker portions of the range for people to overplay is very important there in the bubbles, and not fucking punting with 9s, 10s, jacks, queens, ace king, ace queen with 40 plus bigs ever. You'll crush it. You know what I'm saying, setups? So that should be a big takeaway from today's bubble play session as well. And then on this session, find equity on turn 35 plus big blinds. You need to be more polar with your bet sizing. You need to be betting 40% of the time, and you need to be more polar. You will print way more money. People aren't balanced when they check. They don't know what to do versus overbet. They're going to overfold and make mistakes. You're going to make more. So just take that kind of stuff in consideration. Think about your range. Be polar, top and bottoms, and with equity. And you're going to crush people. So anyone else have anything else? Cool. Well, thank you guys once again. Always love doing the groups, man, and appreciate you guys' support in the groups, off the field, in the stream and whatnot. If you guys think there's anything that you would like to see, any spots that we may be overlooking, that you think there's a big EV gap that we can gain, let me know. We're a team here. We're always trying to get better together. So if there's anything like that, let me know. And then if you guys enjoy these, always let the PC team know. We want to keep putting these on for you guys and create more value. So if that's it, take care. I will see you guys next week. Peace.
Yeah. Goodbye, boys.
Take care.